Okay. And okay, that's up. Switch back to screen, the game. And the game is up and audio and closed captioning is. Let me try. Oh, there it is. Switch bear to the. All right. It's a rough kind of a day. I ended up last night after I streamed. I kicked off a or after I streamed and after I posted today's puzzle. I went to back to my system and realized that the video I'd set up, my AFK situation streaming on when I'm playing No Man's Sky, was just kind of hung there. So I went in and re-rendered the video after editing it and got that loaded up, and then decided, let me see if I can try the hardest mode of No Man's Sky. And I tried it and died right off before I got to my starship and said, let's try that again. Because, you know, that's one of the things that does happen semi-normally in No Man's Sky. And got much further that time. In any case, that's going. I'm going to discard that save because I'm not a big fan of the abandoned mode. Yes, it's harder, it's all that good stuff, but it has it makes some things a little harder than they need to be. And at the same time, it does not provide a difficulty level for things like combat, because there's nobody else to have combat with in Abandon. All right, let me get check to see if this puzzle is considered solvable by the game system here. It is, so let's see if we can solve it. All right, that can't be one, so one of these. Here, one of these, including that, and over here, these. And my apologies if you're not at all interested in No Man's Sky, and I have no problem with that being a situation. I do talk about it from time to time. It's been what got me into streaming and gaming, back into gaming, and at some level. I played Doom years ago, but my reflexes and eyesight and stuff are no longer any good for most of the uh, lightning reflex video game environment anymore. So when No Man's Sky came out, and I learned about it, I said, let me give that a try because it has many of the features I was envisioning. My vision on it is probably mostly affected by the fact that I was a big fan of Ready Player One, and one of the interesting things is the Steven Spielberg and the team that put together the movie Ready Player One interviewed Hello Games and Sean Murray about building a game environment that was the size that No Man's Sky was, because when you look at the environment that Ready Player One used. It's basically No Man's Sky would fit into a quadrant. It might be considered to be all of a quadrant, but might not as well. So there was some involvement there. And so, since I enjoyed the movie and the book, audiobook format for me mostly, but I did enjoy the book. And I'm okay if you didn't. That's fine too. That idea of a game platform or game environment where it's not all FPS, first person shooter, PvP, death mode, everybody dies, everybody has to restart from scratch every moment, led me to kind of liking the way No Man's Sky ends up being set up. So, No Man's Sky has some of that feature. It's not the same thing by any means. It's an environment that is a procedurally generated game. In a sense, Sudoku is procedurally generated. There are handcrafted Sudoku puzzles, and they tend to be some of the tougher puzzles overall. Okay, we get a 7 solve here. First solve of the game. Yay! And we haven't even gotten the 9s yet. But the idea of it being procedurally generated and my enjoying it as a result has to do with the fact that, like I say, I'm getting old. I like some things that have a variety of predictability but aren't predictable from the ground up. And by that I mean you don't have a fixed map that every time you go into play, it's going to be identical. You have the same opposing forces, the same set of combat set of options, all that stuff. All right, so we got like a 6 here. Is that correct? And the other ones that I'm seeing are 5 and 9. Don't see a 5. Oh, 5s are locked into here. Okay, because locked into here because this 5 and this 5 block everything else. Mark that as 6. Okay. So now we've got 8, 1 pair. That can't be an 8. And this can't, these can't be either 4 or 5. So this is a 4, 5 pair, not 4, 5, 1. We got a 1, 9 up top, and that's going to become a 1, 9 at the bottom. Clean out those 2 9s. That means this one's going to be a 9. Neither of these will be a 1, so this one's going to be 5. That gets us a 2 here and a 3 here. Down here we get a 4 and a 1. And we get a 5, it looks like here. check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. No, this one's going to be an 8. All right, let's clean up some of these digits that don't belong anymore. 6, 5, 6. This one's going to be a 2. Not a 2 or here. Not a 2. 1 there. A 9 there or there. 5. Got a couple of places that don't get to be 6s anymore either. So we got a 5, 9 pair here. So the others in the square cannot be for 9s. 9s didn't appear to be an issue, but there are 5s out there. Do you have any other situations that I not really. So here we've got 962, 9662 over 7373, 3, 6. Okay. 6262. So these cannot be 6, 2. That makes this into a 2, so this is not. It's a 746, 746. All right. And let's see. 6272 is a 9, not a pair. There, there. 7, 1 pair, so not a 7. 5, 6 pair, so this is a 4. Not a 4 here or here. Standalone 6 in the square here. No, it's not. 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, and a 7, 5. That means these cannot be 7s. It'd be a 9, 3. So that's not a 9. Also 6, but the 9 was turned. This can't be a 3 anymore. So this is going to be our 3. Now these two aren't 3s. Makes this one into a 3. And I've got a 6, 2, 6, 2 pair. This one's going to be 5, 1, 4. Not a 4. 7, 6, 7, 6 pair. So not a 7 down here. That's going to be a 5. That's going to be 4. Not a 4, not a 4. 7, 5, 7, 5 makes this into 6. And this becomes a 7 down here. And let's see. Not a 3 now. Not a 5. That becomes, or not a 4, I should say. That becomes a 5, 4. This becomes a 7 and 5 here. And we got a 2, 1, and 3. Not a 1 here or here. 7, 6. So one of these is going to be an 8. Be this one. Which makes this one into a 1, this one into an 8. The fact that I missed that 8 being missing earlier suggests that we may run into a block like that. All right. I'm going to back all the way out to installing the 9s, and we're going to review a couple of squares for 8s and that I did not, or that I apparently missed. All right. So I did not get 8 in here or here. Here or here. Anything else I missed? Ah, down here we got an 8 going in there. And now we can go forward with that being a 6. Clean up these 2 6s. They aren't 6 anymore. Comes a 9 and a 1 at the top. There. 6 here or 6 here. Not a 6 here. I've got a 1 8 pair. Another 1 or 9. That into a 3. This becomes a 2. Not a 1 in either of these. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 4. And this becomes a 5 and a 9. All right. So not a 9, not a 9. Not a 5, not a 5. 1. That turns that into a 1. Down here, we've got the 2s that we can clean up. 3 here and here that don't belong anymore. 4, 9. 4, 9 go away. 9 goes away. This becomes a 2 because I got a 5, 6 pair there. 1 there. 7, 5. Nope, that's not going to help us at all. And we got a pair of 2s there. So 7, 9, 7, 9, 1, 7, 9, 1, 7, 3. So this could be a 3. Clean up the 3 at the top of that column. Add, nope, put that there yet. Not a given yet. A pair of them that can get worked. All right. So we got a 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 2, 7, 8, 5, 3, 1, 2, 7, 9, 5, 9, 5 pairs. So let's clean up the 9 or the 5s in here. There are no 9s other than these 2 in the square. Do we have anything else like that going on? One of these 2 is going to be a 9, but that doesn't help with the other 4 or other 3 cells in the square. 6, 2, 6, 2. There we go. So this is not going to be a 6 or a 2. Also going to be 1. Don't know about the 4, other than the fact, well, nope. There are a couple other 4s in the square. So we get a 5, 3, 6, 2. Go away here. 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3. That's a normal tree. All right. So over here, I've got a 9, which could be one of these 2. 7 spreads across. 6 spreads across. 3 and 2 also. All right. So let's take a look. I'll continue on. Oh, we got 5 6s in the square to deal with. Now that gives 7, 9. And not as much help as I was hoping, other than the fact that it's the only 9 in the column. So now we've got 9s we can clean up. Square in the row. 7, 4. 7, 5. 7, 5, 6. 7, 5, 6. 7, 1, 7, 1. 7, 9. So that's 9. Clean up that 9. That gets us a 9 there. Let's see. Does it help anything else yet? Not so much. 7, 5, 6. 7, 5. 7, 5, 6, then a 7, 4, so it's going to be 4. Clean up that 4, this becomes a 3, and clean up these 2 3s. Clean up the 3 down here, this becomes a 3, and that's it for 3s there. That becomes a 3, this becomes a 5, and this becomes a 7. And not a 7 there or there, 5, 6 there, not helping anything, blocking anything yet. 4 here, not a 4, not a 4, not a 4, not a 4. So that becomes a 4 there. This turns into a 5 and 4 here. 7 here, 5 up here, not a 7. 6 down here, 5 next to it. 2 here, 7, 6 pair, we'll come back to. 8, 1, 2 here. 6 up here and 7 here. Clean up 7s. This one becomes a 7. Clean up 7s and 6s. We get 4, 9, and 2. 6, 2 here. 7, 6 here. Not helping, nothing to solve there yet. 9. However, this helps down here. 6 and 5. This into a 1, not a 1 here. Turns this into an 8, 1 here. Back over here, we get 6 and an 8. And now we can pretty much solve the puzzle. 7 in the bottom left or bottom right. That took us 19 minutes, 25 seconds to solve. I do hope you had fun doing this. I did. Still waking up. We'll see how things go. And I've got gaming to play because there's a new release of No Man's Sky 2. The Bacon release, also known as the Beacon release. It's an update to settlement systems, so that's going to be interesting. We shall see. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow, I hope.